Today's video will be about why my Corvette still isn't running. Hello and welcome to ET Garage. Today's video is about why my Corvette still isn't running. One reason is, and I'll get right to it, is this thermostat housing. This is the original thermostat housing to the car, and which means it has over 256,000 miles on it. But anyway, I got the Chinese intake off. I'll leave a picture of that here, and somewhere at the end of this video I'll leave links to the playlist about that manifold if you haven't seen it. And I'm going back to the tune port, and basically I got the base on. I had the runners on, the plenum, the upper plenum, the throttle body, this thermostat housing on, everything put together, filled the coolant system up, and it fired right up and idled at like 2,000 RPM, which means I got a massive vacuum leak. So while I was diagnosing that, I noticed water starts squirting out of this housing. And it wasn't because it was leaking around the gasket. It was leaking out of a crack in the housing. I'll leave a picture of that here. And it was just squirting up everywhere. I did not expect that. It caught me by surprise. So I shut it down and started doing, removed this, ordered another one. It will probably be here Friday, I hope. Then I started to diagnose where the hell my vacuum leak was. I tried reaching out on one of the Facebook pages, see if anyone had experience with the base, the factory base on trick flow heads, because these have the trick flow 195 heads, and no one had an answer for me. Other than that, the ports on the 195s are bigger than the factory base, and you got to weld them and stuff. I know I didn't need to weld them because I did check the port match and the gasket sealing and all that stuff, and but I was still worried maybe it was leaking there, but that wasn't it. Anyway, I don't have a smoke machine, I have a fogger. So I hooked up the fogger, taped off, removed the throttle body, taped over where the throttle body goes, hooked up a fogger that I have to the PVC hose that goes into the intake, and sprayed fog in it, or just like you would use a smoker to automotive smoke machine to look for vacuum leaks. And fog started coming out over on the passenger side, so I knew it was there. I was worried it was the lower manifold, but you couldn't really tell, so I ended up hooking the air hose up to the PCV valve, or PCV hose that goes into the manifold, and just blew continuous air in it and felt around, and I could feel it coming from somewhere underneath the plenum, but it wasn't. And then I sprayed water all around the base, because then you would see bubbles if it was coming out from the base. No bubbles from the base, but you could feel air blasting out from underneath the plenum when you stick your fingers under there. So I went ahead and removed the plenum, and I found this here. Yeah, the gasket must have shifted when I was putting it on. I didn't notice, and I had that massive vacuum leak. So the runners are back off. The gaskets that I use, because these are aftermarket runners, you have to use these aftermarket gaskets for those aftermarket runners, because they're bigger size than factory. No one makes them anymore, apparently. You go on the Summit website, they're unavailable. I could probably hunt down a pair, see if someone has an old set in stock, but I never liked the Mr. Gasket gaskets for the tune port. Actually, I don't care too much for the gaskets for their aftermarket gaskets, like their 1205 gaskets. I think they're too soft. Like if you have the original factory gaskets, they're actually metal that's coated with a type of fuel-proof paper or whatever. and that seal real good. They don't blow out, they don't distort, and that's what's nice about them. Uh, I wish I used them on the base too, but right now I got, as far as I can tell, I don't have a leak on the base, and everything's sealing up real good, so they're going to stay there. Uh, the upper gaskets, the ones for the runners on a tune port, the factory original ones that you can get from Style, that you can get from Fel-Pro, those are made out of metal that are coated with like a paper too. Those don't twist or blow out or distort unless you do something real serious to them, like that one did in this picture. So I have a set of those. I went and took a Dremel motor tool with a little drum sander on it and just kept going around and around. I don't know how many of those little drums I went through to do all the openings, because there's basically there's 16, there's eight runners, 4 on each side, if you want to look at it that way. And so there's a gasket for the upper and a gasket for the lower, so that makes 16 holes. You gotta take the Dremel motor tool. It's not hard, and it didn't actually take too long, but you'd have to. I spent more time changing those little sand rolls on the sand drum attachment that goes on the Dremel motor tool than I did sanding, because they just that metal gasket just eats those little drums up. I tried using a stone, but the stone wants to just doesn't. It took a real long time. The stone that I have, I didn't have an aggressive enough stone to do it. I could have used my die grinder, air power die grinder that I use for porting. Stuck a stone on there or something, or a sand roll, and I probably could have done it that. I just didn't want to feel like listening to that thing whirl and run the hell out of the air compressor. I just wasn't in the mood for that. So, but fortunately, these you can still get new. And you can get them also used via eBay, and they're not that expensive. I think mine new was like $25, and whatever shipping was, just figure $30. I also thought about repairing this with JB Weld. I could do that temporarily just to get this up and running. Get it up and running, get the runners on, the plenum, throttle body, JB Weld this, and then maybe and then just fill it with water for now, and then run it just to get everything, to get the timing set and all that stuff. And then when this shows up, all I have to do is put this on. Of course, to take this off and put it on, you have to remove the throttle body. So I'm just going to wait till Friday. It'll probably be Friday afternoon. It's hard to say. Sometimes it's by the United States Post Office. So Friday for the United States Post Office usually means Saturday. Yeah, so I'll probably end up Saturday afternoon that I get this. I probably could have hunt around and see if anyone close by has one that I can grab real quick. This way I could possibly make a car show this weekend or some type of event. That being said, everything looks like a rain out this weekend also. The whole week basically is a rain out. Yesterday was pretty nice though. I guess that's it. It's just another short video. Next video, I think I'm going to do a video while I'm waiting on this about what is original to this car and what isn't after 256,000 miles. I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comment sections. Just another bit of turmoil with doing projects on the Corvette. Little things like this that set you back. So I guess everybody have a great day, and God bless.